All right, welcome to the Explainer. So, have you ever created this amazing piece of content, you pour your heart into it, and then crickets? It just doesn't rank on Google? Well, the answer probably comes down to one super confusing acronym, EEAT. And today, we're going to crack that code.
It really all comes down to this one question. Think about it. There's this endless ocean of information online. So how in the world does Google decide who's actually trustworthy? It's the big puzzle, right? The one we're all trying to figure out.
And Google's answer to that puzzle is this framework called EEAT. That stands for Experience, Expertise, Authoritativeness, and Trust. Now, here's the thing you have to get right away. This is not some switch you can just flip in their algorithm. It's more like a set of guidelines that real, human quality raters use to evaluate websites. And then their feedback basically trains the main algorithm on what good actually looks like.
What? And this is a big but. Here's the catch. You can't just do EEAT. As Google's own John Mueller said, you can't just sprinkle some experience onto your web pages like it's a magic keyword. Nope. This is something you have to earn, and you earn it over time.
And that's where we all get stuck, right? It's the big challenge. If you can't just add it to your site, then how on earth are you supposed to build it? And, maybe even more importantly, how do you measure it? How do you even know if what you're doing is working?
Okay, let's get practical. Enough with the vague concepts. We're going to take this fuzzy idea of trust and turn it into a real, concrete plan. And it all starts with a straightforward three-part audit.
See, the key here is to stop thinking about EEAT as this one giant, scary monster. Instead, let's break it down. We're going to audit the three places where it actually lives: your brand as a whole, the actual content you're putting out there, and, crucially, the people behind it all.
All right, let's kick things off with that first pillar, your brand's reputation. And listen, if you only take one thing away from this, let it be this. In Google's eyes, what other people say about you is way, way more important than what you say about yourself.
So you gotta look outside your own website first. We're talking about real press mentions, customer reviews on sites you don't own, how you show up in business directories, even how new AI search results are citing you. You know why this stuff matters so much? Because you can't fake it. These are all independent votes of confidence, and that's like gold to Google.
The main takeaway here is just so simple. What other people say about you will always, always beat what you say about yourself. It's like, think about it. If a friend tells you a new restaurant is amazing, you're probably going to go, right? But if you just see an ad from the restaurant itself, maybe, maybe not. Google literally tells its human raters to think just like that. It's the ultimate tiebreaker when two sites seem equal.
Now, of course, that doesn't mean your own site gets a pass. You absolutely have to get the basics right. We're talking a clear About Us page, easy-to-find contact info, professional design, all your legal pages like privacy policies, the fundamentals. This is just the price of entry to look legitimate online.
Okay, so you've got your brand reputation in a good spot. Now we can move on to pillar number 2, the content itself. This is where the rubber meets the road, where you have to prove your worth, one page at a time.
And this right here, this is really the core of what Google is pushing for now. They're drawing this massive line in the sand between content that's genuinely for people. You can feel the effort, the skill, the originality, and content that's just, it's just for search engines. The stuff that feels thin, maybe a little robotic. And with all the new AI tools out there, you can bet they're getting crazy good at spotting the difference.
So when you look at your own content, use a simple checklist like this. Seriously, ask yourself these questions for your most important pages. Is this accurate? Do we cite our sources? Is it fresh? Is there a last updated date on there? And is it totally transparent who wrote this? Is there an author with a real bio? Great content, the kind that builds trust, is a yes to all of those.
And that brings us to our third and final pillar. And honestly, this one is getting more and more important every single day. It's the people, the actual human beings behind your brand. They can either be your secret weapon for building trust or your biggest weakness.
This is a really big shift in thinking you have to make. Google isn't just looking at some faceless logo anymore. They are zooming right in on the real people, the experts, the creators who are actually putting their names on the content.
So how do you show off your team's expertise? You make it easy to verify. Simple as that. We're talking clear author bylines on every article with detailed bios, links out to their professional profiles like on LinkedIn, mentioning any credentials or awards they have. The goal is to create this consistent, professional footprint all over the web so that Google can easily connect the dots and say, ah yes, this person is a legitimate expert in this field.
Okay, so we've gone through the 3 pillars. We've audited the brand, the content, and the people. We've got all this data, so what? What do we actually do with it? How do we turn all this auditing into an actual plan?
Look, a really thorough, deep dive EEAT audit can look at over 220 different markers. Yep, I know, that number sounds insane, right? But here's the thing. The goal is not to get a perfect score, and it is absolutely not about trying to fix all 220 things at once.
The real magic happens when you turn your audit findings into a prioritized roadmap. That's it. Your audit becomes this living, breathing plan that helps you figure out what to focus on right now to make the biggest impact. It's all about building that trust over time. It's a marathon for sure, not a sprint.
So, you see, when you start to systematically improve these signals, your brand, your content, your people, you're doing so much more than just playing the SEO game. You're building a brand that people and Google will genuinely trust for years to come. Your digital reputation is being built piece by piece every single day. So the final question is, what story is it telling?